on the top of a hill in Vermont. It was one of those days where I decided that this was marginal and I didn't want to launch. But I did want to kite it, so I pulled the wing over my head and I got the kite over my head. And I got somebody holding me down. It's that windy, he's holding me on the planet. The sky is trying to pull me out. And so he's holding me down and I just got this like wild hair. You ever get one of these? I was like, dude, just let go. I'll be fine, just let go. Which is really not very bright of me, was it? I was like, are you sure? If your friends tell you, are you sure? Like, you know how like the word dude can be done like, dude, right? The sort of approval one. And then you get the like, dude, right? That's what was going on. And I was like, la, 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 you know what I mean? So he let me go. Boom, straight up into the sky. Started backing up over the top of the mountain, and I did things to collapse part of the wing to get myself back down and started to set myself up for landing. At which time I got to the wind shadow of the trees and the turbulence collapsed my paraglider. And I spiraled in. And, never lost consciousness, never hit my head, thank God. And, 3 hours later, finally I'm in an ambulance with no voice because I'd been screaming for so long. And they took me back to the hospital and they patched me up and they bolted me back together, literally, $6 million man. And I wake up from all this stuff and I'm meeting with the doctor. Doctor says to me, Brian, I'm glad to see you're doing as well as you're doing. I've got to tell you, you really did a number on yourself. I said, yeah, I know. So how long? He goes, what do you mean? How long till I can, fly again? He's like, oh, Brian, because doctors, right, they toe the line of safety too much, maybe for my taste, but that's, it's everybody's choice. He says, no, you're never jumping again. I got to tell you, I don't think you're even going to walk properly again. And my heart went, boom, because this is all I ever, you know what I mean? I did other things that felt good, but nothing like this. For me, this was a fit. I owned my own skydiving school, and free jumps for the rest of my life. And now I'm not going to be able to jump again? Who am I? And I took that deep breath, and I remember sort of staring into space and gathering myself. And I decided not to believe him. I decided to believe in me. And I said, Doc, I totally appreciate what you're doing here. I get it. You don't want to get my hopes up and then it flunks, right? That I can't. I get it. But you don't know me. And I went off into my life, and I did what I could do. I'd rehabbed myself. I'd go crutch hiking. I got chased by a moose once. That was fun. And I did what I had to do to get my mojo back, right? My physical wellness, my psychological wellness, all of those things. I pulled them together and made, patched me back together. Found ways to laugh, right? I watched comedy just to get the juices flowing, to get the real me flowing again. And I'd go up on jump loads when I couldn't even jump, and I'd sit on the wheel of the airplane after the jumpers went, and I'd ride all the way back down on the Cessna wheel, sitting on the wheel. And then the pilot would, hey, Brian, I gotta land! So I'd climb back inside, close the door. So I could be there, I'd talk the students down on the radio. And one day, I got back on the horse. I was scared. It was kind of an impulsive moment. I didn't even know I was going to jump. I went up and just, they left. Woo! It just went anyway. And I flew up to a tandem, and I flew up to the guy that had done my first relative work. The first person I'd ever seen in free fall. I flew right up to him. Oh my God, he's completely blown away. Dick Swanson was his name. And I landed safe and sound, and I got back on the horse, and I kept jumping, and it hurt. And I had good friends saying, Brian, stop limping, because I didn't know it. I was limping. Stop limping. It's, a year and a half later. And I did everything that I had to do, Everything. It was a lot. And then this whole free-flying thing grew. And the X Games thing came at just the right time for me to have a goal. I said, I'm going to the X Games. I'm going to do this. And we went, and we won some medals, and we, bronze, silver, bronze, that kind of thing. And then finally, I got my gold. And I went back to Vermont. And I went back to that doctor, Andrew Kaplan. I remember his name like it was yesterday. He's a really, really sweet guy who really wanted to believe in me, but he also didn't want to get his hopes up, so that he wouldn't get my hopes up. And I had a photograph of me in free fall, sit flying. It's something we like to do at sunrise. And when you're at sunrise at 13,000 feet, it's still night on the ground, so I'm lit up. The light was incredible. And then I signed it. And I said, Doc, I just wanted to let you know, that I'm really thankful for everything you did for me. And I want you to know, I just won the X Games. He said, how? How did you? I said, Doc, you never know how strong you can be until the world lights a fire under your butt. Thank you for coming. Thank you.